Do you take magnesium every day, thinking it's one of those safe supplements that can only help you? You're not alone. A lot of people over 60 keep a bottle of magnesium on the counter, right next to their multivitamins, and pop it like it's a simple daily habit. But let me ask you something. What if that habit wasn't as safe as you thought? What if I told you that magnesium, the same mineral praised for helping with sleep, muscles, and nerves, could actually be making some people sicker? What if I told you that for certain seniors, magnesium supplements can quietly stress the kidneys, disrupt the heart, or even trigger more problems than they solve? It sounds surprising, doesn't it? Because magnesium has always had this good guy reputation, the mineral that calms, protects, and heals. And often, that's true. But here's the twist. It's not true for everyone, not in every situation, and not at every stage of life. Now, why does this matter so much for you? Because after 60, your body isn't running on the same engine it had at 40. Your kidneys, the filters that process minerals, don't flush things out quite as quickly. Your heart, the rhythm keeper, is more sensitive to imbalances. Your digestion changes too, sometimes slower, sometimes more reactive. And that means the same magnesium that once worked for you can shift from helpful to harmful if you're not paying attention. But, and this is the part you don't want to miss, the opposite is just as true. For many seniors, not getting enough magnesium is quietly draining life away. It's stealing your energy, weakening your bones, fogging your memory, and making simple daily activities harder than they need to be. That's the double-edged sword. For some people, magnesium is a problem. For others, it's the very thing holding them together. And here's what you and I are going to uncover in this video. By the end, you'll know the 4 clear warning signs that magnesium may be dangerous for you, the red flags to never ignore. And you'll also know the 4 strong signals that prove your body actually needs magnesium every single day. And believe me, the last one on the must-take list has been linked to something remarkable, a massive drop in the risk of heart disease, dementia, and even premature death. So here's what I want you to do. Stick with me through the entire video, because this is one of those health truths that could make the difference between feeling weaker each year or staying strong and independent as you age. And before we dive in, take a second to drop a comment below with the words, "I'm here," if you want more tips on aging well. And make sure you hit subscribe to Med Central right now, so you never miss a life-changing health insight again. Let's get started. Warning sign 1. Kidney disease or weak kidney function. Imagine your kidneys as filters. When you were younger, those filters were strong, like a brand new water purifier. Everything flowed through, waste was cleared, minerals were balanced, and your body stayed in rhythm. But after 60, those filters can start to slow down. If you've ever seen an older filter clog, you know what happens. Things don't pass through the same way they used to. Here's why that matters for magnesium. Magnesium is processed and excreted by the kidneys. If your kidneys are weak or compromised, that magnesium doesn't flush out the way it should. Instead, it lingers, builds up, and quietly pushes your body into what doctors call hypermagnesemia, too much magnesium in your blood. And here's the problem. Most people never connect the dots. The symptoms can look like normal aging. You may feel more tired, weaker, maybe even a little dizzy. You might notice slower reflexes or nausea and brush it off as just being older. But behind the scenes, your kidneys are struggling to handle the supplement you thought was safe. And it can escalate. In severe cases, too much magnesium with weak kidneys can slow your heart, drop your blood pressure, and even put you at risk for cardiac arrest. That's not fear-mongering. It's biology. The misconception? Many seniors believe more magnesium always equals better health. More sleep, fewer cramps, calmer nerves. But if your kidneys can't keep up, that more becomes dangerous. It's like pouring water into a glass that's already full. Eventually, it spills over. So what should you do? If you know you have kidney disease, or even just borderline kidney function, be very cautious with supplements. Always check with your doctor before adding magnesium. And even if you're not diagnosed, listen to your body. If you're already on multiple medications that stress the kidneys, like diuretics or pain meds, be extra careful. The safe path is this. Magnesium is not the enemy, but it must pass through your body's filters. And if those filters are weak, it could do more harm than good. Warning sign number 2. Low blood pressure or heart rhythm issues. Now let's talk about your heart. Some seniors take magnesium because it's known to relax muscles. And it's true. Magnesium helps calm muscle contractions. But here's the part that often gets overlooked. Your heart is also a muscle. And if you already have low blood pressure or heart rhythm issues, magnesium can relax things a little too much. Picture this. You take magnesium at night to help with leg cramps. You wake up in the morning, stand up, and suddenly feel dizzy or lightheaded. That's your blood pressure dipping too low. For some people, that simple moment can lead to a fall, and falls after 60 are no small matter. A single misstep can mean weeks of recovery, or worse. Scientifically, here's what's happening. Magnesium naturally lowers blood pressure. For someone with high blood pressure, that's often a blessing. But for someone who already runs low, or who takes blood pressure medications, it can become a double dose. Blood pressure dips too far, the heart rhythm slows, and circulation weakens. That can starve your brain of oxygen, leading to confusion, fainting, or worse, irregular heartbeats called arrhythmias. The misconception? Many people think magnesium is always heart healthy. They've read the headlines about it protecting the cardiovascular system, reducing strokes, calming the nerves. And all of that is true in the right context. But when your heart is already running on the slower side, or you're combining magnesium with medications that drop blood pressure, it can tip the balance. So what's the advice here? If you already take blood pressure meds, heart rhythm medications, or have naturally low blood pressure, don't assume magnesium is harmless. Monitor how you feel. Stand up slowly after resting. Notice if you feel dizzy, weak, or faint. And never combine supplements and prescription meds without your doctor's guidance. The heart thrives on balance. Too much tension is harmful, but too much relaxation can be just as dangerous. Magnesium is like the dimmer switch. It can brighten or darken the light. The key is knowing where your switch is already set before you flip it. Warning sign 3. Chronic diarrhea or digestive sensitivity. Let me ask you this. Have you ever started a supplement and then noticed your stomach just didn't feel the same? Maybe you brushed it off as something you ate. Maybe you blamed the milk in your coffee or that extra helping of beans at dinner. But here's something most people don't realize. Some forms of magnesium themselves can upset the digestive system, especially after 60. Magnesium comes in different forms: citrate, oxide, glycinate, malate, and more. Not all of them behave the same way in your body. Some are absorbed better, while others pass quickly through your digestive tract. And the ones that move through faster, like magnesium citrate or magnesium oxide, can actually pull water into your intestines. That means they loosen stools and sometimes trigger diarrhea. Now, you might think, well, that's just a minor nuisance. But here's where it becomes a bigger problem for seniors. Chronic diarrhea doesn't just mean running to the bathroom more often. It can lead to dehydration, and when you're over 60, dehydration can hit hard. It doesn't just make you thirsty. It can leave you feeling dizzy, confused, or weak. It can raise your risk of falls, and it can even strain your kidneys and heart. The misconception here is subtle but common. Many seniors blame these digestive issues on food sensitivities. They'll say, "I can't eat dairy anymore," or "that restaurant meal must have been too greasy." And yes, sometimes that's true. But often, the real culprit is sitting right there in your supplement bottle. Magnesium supplements, especially the cheaper, harsher forms, can be behind those sudden bathroom troubles. So what's the solution? If you need magnesium but your stomach is sensitive, choose gentler forms like magnesium glycinate or magnesium malate. These are absorbed more steadily and are much less likely to upset your digestion. Take them with food to ease absorption, and always start with a smaller dose to see how your body reacts. And if even the gentler forms bother you, it may be better to skip supplementation altogether and focus on magnesium-rich foods like leafy greens, nuts, seeds, or avocados. Remember, health isn't about how many pills you can take. It's about how well your body accepts and uses them. If your supplements are leaving you weaker, not stronger, that's a sign something needs to change. Warning sign 4. You're already taking multiple supplements or medications. Now let's talk about something that almost every senior can relate to: the medicine cabinet. Over the years, prescriptions pile up. A pill for blood pressure, another for cholesterol, something for sleep, maybe an over-the-counter vitamin for energy or a daily aspirin. And before you know it, you're taking a small handful of pills every morning. In that situation, it's easy to think, what's one more? One more supplement can't hurt, right? But here's the truth. Every new pill, even a so-called natural supplement like magnesium, is another variable. Another piece in a puzzle that your body has to juggle. And sometimes, those pieces don't fit together the way you think they do. Magnesium, for example, is known to interact with a surprising list of medications. It can interfere with antibiotics, making them less effective. It can interact with blood thinners, changing how your blood clots. It can reduce the absorption of certain thyroid medications. And if you're already on drugs for heart rhythm or blood pressure, magnesium can amplify their effects, pushing your levels lower than intended. Here's the misconception. People assume supplements are always safe because they're natural. But natural doesn't always mean harmless. Think of it this way. Snake venom is natural, but you wouldn't drink it. It's not about whether something comes from nature. It's about how it behaves in your body, especially when mixed with other substances. So what's the safe path? Always check for interactions before adding magnesium to your daily routine. Don't rely only on internet searches. Your pharmacist can be your best ally here. They know how your medications interact and can give you straight advice. And if you're juggling more than 3 or 4 daily prescriptions, treat every new supplement with caution. Because here's the bottom line. You're not just adding a pill, you're changing the balance of your entire system. And when your health is on the line, balance matters more than ever. So, we've seen the truth. Magnesium isn't always harmless. For some, it can cause more problems than it solves. Weak kidneys, low blood pressure, sensitive digestion, or too many medications. All of these are reasons to be careful. But here's the other side of the coin, and it's just as important. For many seniors, not getting enough magnesium is quietly damaging the very things that matter most: your memory, your heart, your bones, and your independence. So let's turn the page. Now we'll uncover the 4 signs that prove you should be taking magnesium daily. And the last one? It's been linked to something incredible: a lower risk of heart disease, sharper memory, and even longer life. Picture this. It's the middle of the night, you're finally asleep, and suddenly, bam, your calf seizes up like a rock. The pain shoots through your leg, jolts you out of bed, and you find yourself clutching your muscle, wincing, waiting for it to pass. If that's happened to you, you know how miserable it feels. And if it happens often, You may have chalked it up to just getting older. But here's the truth. Those painful cramps may be your body's way of waving a big red flag that says, I need magnesium. Magnesium plays a crucial role in how your muscles work. It's the mineral that helps them contract and relax properly. Without enough magnesium, your muscles stay tense, twitchy, and prone to spasms. Imagine trying to drive a car when the brakes don't fully release. That's what's happening inside your muscles when magnesium is low. Now, here's the tricky part. Most people don't think of magnesium first. The common reaction is, I must need more potassium, or I'll just drink more water. And yes, potassium and hydration are important, but magnesium is often the missing piece of the puzzle, especially for seniors. Why? Because as we age, our bodies absorb less magnesium from food, while at the same time, medications like diuretics, acid reflux pills, or even certain antibiotics can drain magnesium from the system. And those nighttime cramps? They're not just annoyances. They can steal your rest, increase your risk of falls if you jump out of bed too fast, and wear down your confidence in moving freely. That's not just uncomfortable. It's dangerous when independence is the goal. So what can you do? The first step is simple. Look at your diet. Magnesium-rich foods like leafy greens, pumpkin seeds, almonds, and even dark chocolate can help replenish your levels naturally. If food alone isn't enough, consider supplements, but choose wisely. Forms like magnesium glycinate or magnesium malate are gentler on the stomach and more easily absorbed. And remember, you don't need megadoses. A safe, moderate daily amount can work wonders. The bottom line is this: if muscle cramps are a frequent visitor in your nights, don't just stretch more or chug water and hope they'll disappear. Listen to your body. It might be whispering or screaming that it's running low on magnesium. Must take sign number 2, trouble sleeping or constant fatigue. Now let's talk about something just as frustrating. Lying awake at 2 a.m., staring at the ceiling, wishing your body would just relax and drift off. Or maybe you do sleep, but you wake up feeling like you never rested at all. For many seniors, sleep becomes harder with age, and fatigue becomes a daily companion. But here's something important. Insomnia and fatigue aren't always just part of aging. Sometimes, there's signs of low magnesium. Magnesium has a quiet but powerful role in how your brain relaxes. It helps activate GABA, a calming brain chemical that tells your nervous system it's time to slow down. Without enough magnesium, your body stays in a heightened state of tension. Your muscles don't fully release. Your brain keeps chattering, and you lie there caught between exhaustion and restlessness. And here's where it becomes a cycle. Poor sleep drains your energy, which leaves you fatigued during the day. That fatigue then makes it harder to exercise, harder to focus, and harder to enjoy life. Over time, the line between simple tiredness and real decline starts to blur. But often, magnesium is the missing switch that helps your body move from on to off, from restless to restful. The misconception here is that insomnia is just another burden of getting older. Many people think, that's just how it is at my age. But the truth is, sleep problems are not always inevitable. Sometimes, they're biochemical. And when magnesium is low, your body doesn't have the tools it needs to calm down at night. So what's the advice? First, look at timing and form. Taking magnesium in the evening, particularly in the form of magnesium glycinate, can gently promote relaxation without harsh side effects. Pair it with a calming bedtime routine, dim lights, light stretching, no screens, and you may notice deeper, more restorative sleep. And during the day, if fatigue has been holding you back, restoring magnesium levels can help support steady energy by improving how your cells make and use fuel. Seniors who correct a deficiency often report not only sleeping better, but also waking up clearer, stronger, and more ready to face the day. Think of it this way. Magnesium is the body's natural reset button. Without it, you're stuck in overdrive. With it, your brain and body finally get permission to rest. And better rest means more strength, better focus, and brighter days ahead. Must take sign number 3, weak bones or osteoporosis risk. When most people think about bones, the first word that comes to mind is calcium. You've probably heard it your whole life. Drink your milk, take your calcium, it builds strong bones. And yes, calcium is important. But here's something many seniors never hear. Bones aren't just calcium. Your bones are living, dynamic structures. They're not dry sticks like you see in a skeleton. They're more like sponges, constantly breaking down old cells and rebuilding new ones. And for that rebuilding process, calcium isn't enough on its own. Your body needs a team of nutrients working together. And magnesium is a critical part of that team. Here's why. Magnesium helps activate vitamin D, which is the nutrient that tells your body where to send calcium. Without enough magnesium, vitamin D can't do its job properly. And when calcium isn't guided into your bones, it doesn't just sit harmlessly. It can end up in your arteries, your joints, or your soft tissues, leading to stiffness, calcification, and even a higher risk of heart disease. So while many seniors load up on calcium supplements, thinking they're protecting their bones, they may actually be missing the key partner that makes calcium work, magnesium. It's like trying to build a house with bricks, but no mortar. You've got the material, but nothing to hold it all together. Now, let's talk about why this matters so much after 60. As we age, bone density naturally declines. For women, the drop is especially steep after menopause. That's why osteoporosis and fractures are so common. A small slip on the kitchen floor or a stumble on the sidewalk can mean a broken hip. And for many seniors, that single injury can change everything about their independence. The misconception here is that calcium alone is the magic bullet. But studies show that magnesium intake is strongly linked to bone density. Seniors with higher magnesium levels are less likely to suffer fractures, less likely to lose height from spinal compression, and more likely to maintain mobility into their later years. So what's the advice? Don't think of bone health as a one-nutrient game. Yes, you need calcium. Yes, you need vitamin D. But without magnesium, the puzzle is incomplete. The best strategy is to pair magnesium with calcium and vitamin D, either through diet or a well-formulated supplement. That way, calcium goes where it should, vitamin D does its job, and your bones stay stronger longer. Remember this, protecting your bones isn't just about avoiding breaks. It's about protecting your freedom, the freedom to walk, to garden, to play with your grandchildren, to live without fear of a fall changing everything. Magnesium helps make that freedom possible. Must take sign number 4, brain fog, low mood, or memory decline ***. Now let's turn to something even closer to the heart, your mind. Have you noticed moments where you walk into a room and forget why? Or you can't recall a name that used to come so easily? Maybe your mood feels heavier than it used to, like the spark has dimmed. Many people shrug and say, "That's just age." But often, it's more than that. It could be another sign that your body is running low on magnesium. Magnesium plays a powerful role in the brain. It supports neurotransmitters, the little messengers that carry signals between your brain cells. It helps regulate glutamate and GABA, the chemicals that control whether your brain feels wired and anxious or calm and focused. It also reduces inflammation in the brain, which scientists now know is one of the hidden drivers of memory decline, depression, and even dementia. Think of magnesium as a protector for your brain tissue. Without enough, your neurons fire less efficiently, your mood becomes unstable, and your memory feels cloudy. With enough, those same neurons stay sharp, responsive, and resilient against the wear and tear of aging. Here's the science highlight that should make you sit up and listen. Studies have shown that seniors with higher magnesium intake had a significantly lower risk of dementia and a lower risk of depression. One large study even found that magnesium was linked to healthier brain volume, meaning it helped protect against brain shrinkage, a major marker of cognitive decline. And yet, the misconception lingers. Many people think brain fog and low mood are just inevitable after 60. But what if they're not? What if part of the solution is as simple as giving your body the magnesium it's been missing? The advice here is straightforward but powerful. Make magnesium-rich foods part of your daily diet. Leafy greens like spinach and kale, seeds like pumpkin or sunflower, nuts like almonds or cashews. All of these are excellent natural sources. And if diet alone isn't enough, a gentle supplement can fill the gap. Because here's the bottom line. Your mind is the essence of who you are. Protecting it means protecting your memories, your personality, your relationships, and your independence. Magnesium isn't hype. It's one of the nutrients that helps keep your brain clear, your mood steady, and your spark alive. And this is where it all comes together. Magnesium isn't just about cramps or sleep or bones or even memory on their own. It's about protecting the things that matter most: your strength, your clarity, your independence, and your future. For some, magnesium in the wrong situation can cause harm. But for many, the right balance of magnesium can be the difference between decline and vitality. And the choice isn't random. Your body is already giving you signs. The key is knowing how to read them. For many seniors, taking a supplement feels like a small thing, a tiny pill swallowed with water in the morning. But the truth is, it's never just a small thing. Every capsule you put in your body has the power to either strengthen you or strain you. And magnesium is a perfect example of this double-edged sword. For some people, especially those with kidney problems or heart rhythm issues, it can quietly cause harm. For others, it is the very nutrient that keeps their muscles calm, their bones strong, and their mind sharp. This is where the choice becomes powerful. It's not about being afraid of supplements. It's about being aware. It's about listening to your body's signals, the cramps, the fatigue, the fog, the sleep struggles, and responding with wisdom, not guesswork. Yes, watching your health shift as you age can be overwhelming. It's hard to admit that your body doesn't bounce back the way it once did. But here's the good news. You are not powerless. Knowledge is power. And knowing whether magnesium is hurting you or helping you gives you the ability to protect your heart, your bones, your memory, and your independence. Think about this. Your best years don't have to be behind you. With the right choices, they can still be ahead. The meals you prepare, the supplements you take, the attention you give to your body, these are not just habits. They are investments in your future self. So don't look at magnesium as just a pill. Look at it as a decision point. The wrong use can chip away at your health. The right use can become one of the strongest shields you have against decline. So, let's recap what we've learned today. The 4 warning signs you should never ignore are: kidney disease or weak kidney function, low blood pressure or irregular heart rhythms, chronic diarrhea or digestive sensitivity, and mixing magnesium with multiple medications without guidance. And the 4 signs you must take magnesium daily are: frequent muscle cramps or spasms, trouble sleeping or constant fatigue, weak bones or risk of osteoporosis, and brain fog, low mood, or memory decline. These are the red flags and green lights your body gives you. And once you know them, You can make choices that protect your health instead of harming it. Now, here's what I'd love to hear from you. Which of these signs surprised you the most? Maybe you realized that a symptom you've been brushing off could actually be linked to magnesium. Or maybe you learned today that you've been missing out on something your body truly needs. Drop your thoughts in the comments below. I read every single one, and your story might encourage someone else. If this video gave you value, do me a favor. Hit that like button, share it with a friend, and subscribe to MedCentral. This channel is all about uncovering the truths that help seniors live stronger, longer, and healthier lives. And by subscribing, you make sure you never miss the health insights that could change your future. Remember this: your health is your greatest investment. Every choice you make today, the foods you eat, the supplements you take, the care you give your body, will shape the years ahead. Stay strong, stay informed, and I'll see you in the next video.